Hey everybody, I see people starting to come in. Please hit that like button. I appreciate it. Hey Melissa, Big Brother, Honey Smile 320. I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. Hey Gwen. Actually, this was supposed to be a Facebook only live, but I realized when I did the SoFam live on Wednesday, I didn't specify where I'd be live, so I didn't want to leave people hanging on YouTube if they were waiting on YouTube. Hey Jenny, how are you? Yeah, I didn't want to leave anybody hanging. Hi Loveland, Elaine. How did y'all like General Hospital this week? Hey, Jean, Maureen. Thanks everybody for coming in. Okay. We got 3 new people over in the SoFam group. That group has definitely been growing, so I appreciate that. I'm gonna check to make sure y'all can hear me. Hey, Jean, Maureen. Okay. Thanks everybody for coming in. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. We got 3 new people over in the SoFam group. That group has definitely been growing, so I appreciate that. I had to hit mute on mute. Now I realize there's actually a delay, at least in the SoFam live group. We got a couple people in there, so I want to set that up so I can see if anyone make any comments on that end. So I'm going to be working both groups again. Now, here's the interesting thing about General Hospital that I came to realize last week. Does anybody else in the group realize that General Hospital only airs 2 new episodes a week? That's how they're going to be able to stretch out to June. Thanks everybody for coming in. So yeah, we only actually get stretch out to June. Hello, Michelle Bowers Black over on the Facebook fam channel. So yeah, we only actually get stretch out to June. Yeah, because I realized that they're basically wearing the same clothes for 2 episodes and talking to the same people. So I realized that with the flashbacks, they're able to cut each episode in half, and then Friday's a flashback episode anyway. So we're only getting 2 new episodes of General Hospital a week. So that's why Young and Restless and Bold and Beautiful run out way before General Hospital, because we only get 2 episodes a week, which I'm fine with, because if that's what they got to do to try to give them some time to start filming new episodes, if things change with the epidemic, I understand they got to do what they got to do. Thank you, everyone. Please hit that like button. Thanks for the reminder, Glenn. Yeah, Days of Our Lives look like it's going to be really good next week. Yeah, Lisa Knapp, that's what those flashbacks are for. They give you flashbacks so that about everything. Every time somebody talks, it's like insert flashback because they need to do at least 20 minutes of flashbacks an episode. Yeah, I'm glad for Nell, um, and I'm just really curious to see how this uh, everything goes down. Well, Melissa Cable doesn't live with me, so um, he's not going to be in any of the videos. He's live here. Yeah, I really think, Jenny, that if the twin theory is right, I would love for Willow and Nell to actually be sisters, and for them just to. We haven't had sisters that don't like each other in a long time with soap operas. I can't think of any in recent memory where we've had two sisters that just hated each other. I'm really scared that Nell isn't on contract and she, is just doing the storyline, but I don't know if she's a regular on the show right now. I know that she's returned, but I haven't seen any talks about contracts or anything. Well, not anymore. That was a long time ago. When Hayden came back, they were like watching each other's children. They were all nice. Maybe they can bring Sarah Weber back, and then we'll have somebody for Elizabeth to not like. They've been threatening to bring Sarah Weber on the show for like 20 years now. Bold and Beautiful will probably remain the same, and Young and Restless will get better if they change the writer. I've read that they're trying to find a new writer, but you never know. And I'll tell you the biggest problem with Young and Restless. I got you, Jenny. Yeah, I forgot that Hayden and Liz didn't even like each other. That's how far back it was. But thanks for the update because that's true. They were sisters, didn't like each other. Um, but Young and Restless' biggest problem is this writer does not have like a long plan on what to do with characters. It's just, we're watching a show where it looks like he's just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks, and nothing's sticking. They're even talking about breaking Chance and Abby up, and they've barely been together. You know, and look how fast that storyline with Victor and Alyssa in the murder, it just came and went so fast. And Chelsea with Nick went fast. Uh, putting what's her name, Michelle Stafford with anybody, Phyllis with anybody has been hard. And just some bonus Young and Restless news. I'm hearing that Phyllis and Nick won't be together for very long either. So that's coming directly from the actors. So when the show starts again, they'll still be together, but I think something's about to happen where Phyllis and Nick break up yet again, which makes absolutely no sense that you get them together and then people don't like it and then you just break them right back up. And like, what was the point of them even coming together? They're gonna break up that fast. And look how fast Lola and Kyle broke up, and then they didn't do nothing with that. So it's just like Young and Restless is just all over the place with no consistency in storylines. Why did they bring Tracy back? They brought Tracy back with no storyline. Billy said, "Hey, you want to work for my company?" She's like, "I don't think I can." And then she had a spa day that we only saw her picking out the door with. So it's like, what's the point of bringing Tracy back? They know people like Tracy, but you bring Tracy back and for what? It doesn't make any sense. Jack hasn't had a woman. Then they kind of put Jack and Jill together for like 2, 3 weeks, and then she left town like she always do. So yeah, with Young and Restless, it's just, you know, it's just all over the place. There's no consistency. It's like there's no plan. It's like, okay, this is what we're doing this week, and this is what we're going to do for the rest of the month, and then we're going to switch everything up again. Well, Lisa, I think if Sarah Weber does come back on General Hospital, it'll be a different actress and it's different writers, so she probably would even have a different personality based on what their storyline needs. Because I remember that Sarah was actually the main character, and Elizabeth came in as a supporting player, and then Elizabeth became more popular. Sarah left town, and she's been seen since the '90s. So let me check over here. Hey, Joe Works and Michelle Bowers. Thank you for joining me on the Facebook side of things. Um, I think that Keisha, I wouldn't want Tracy to have a long lost child because if she has a long lost child, then soaps do that too much. I would rather Tracy adopt a child or get into one of those storylines where, how about instead of um, Nate, Amanda, Devon, and what's her name? Ain't seen her so long. I'm gonna call her Lonnie, Elena. Uh, and Elena, instead of them rushing to be the help, they could have had Tracy helping that boy, or becoming involved, or taking him in, or something like that. So, hello, Tamara Thompson. Okay, I see my friend Jason joined in on SoFam Live over on the Facebook side of things. So, and Jacarius, thank you for joining us. We're talking about General Hospital right now. Um, well, actually, Wendy, they already tried the young thing with her with Kane, and that was a big old disaster. I would love for Tracy to get an age appropriate man, not some kid that, 10 years from now, they're not going to look right on camera. Well, ever since Jax came out with those racist comments, every time he's on screen, Jenny, I am like done with him. He had his scenes with Alexis, and I was like, I'm just going to fast forward because I don't care anymore. I'm ready for Jax to go back to Australia. I need Sonny to be an a-hole and send him back out of town. I am done with Jax. Hey, Ashley. Thank you for joining us, Ashley, over on the Facebook side. Um, so you want Brooklyn with Dustin instead of him and Lulu? Actually, I want Brooklyn with Sonny. Y'all may think that's crazy, but that's the direction I think they're going in. I said it before, I'll say it again. I think that Mike's going to die. It'll be Carly that convinces him to do a DNR. He'll get mad at Carly, and because he's had all of these scenes where he's told Carly to stay home, and then Brooklyn just shows up, and he's had all these moments with Brooklyn and all with Mike that he may turn to Brooklyn for memories, and then next they'll be kissing. She go from there. Well, with Joss, storyline just got a little interesting because with Jocelyn, they're officially starting the love triangle between Cam, Trina, and Jocelyn. Well, Feijin, you can look Jax up on Twitter, or you can go ahead and look at my review of it. Go to my videos because I can't remember exact right now quotes, but he was saying things like racism doesn't exist and we need to get over it, blah blah blah. Just annoying as hell. But I did a whole video on it, which included his actual tweets in the comment section because his remarks had him trending on Twitter. But yeah, I have a whole video on it, so just look through my videos and you'll see the Jax video. It is clear, Jakarius, that you do not care for Sasha. I don't know why, honestly, but Sasha hasn't really been a bad character. So I think she's beautiful, and the actress has done a good job with the scripts they've given her. So I wish Sasha was back to being Nina's daughter-ish, and yeah, I remember what Nancy Lee Ron said about Viola Davis. You know, she was making remarks about um, sort of like because of Viola's speech, not making it a race thing or something like that, and saying how she wished she had Viola's jobs and blah 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 blah. She was having a moment, but it's not as bad as um, what's his name, Jax. And Nathan Banks, I'm fine with that. I posted about her dissing John Callahan. If what she's saying is true, and I believe it's true. I mean, he did get divorced for a reason. That he was hitting on or exposing himself to extras that were on the set, things like that. And that's at a time where that behavior, just nobody did anything about it. And she says she went and tried to address it, have it addressed, but went it back on Santa Barbara. And so she said, she said what she said, but if you're calling out somebody who's a sexual predator, I'm not going to be mad at you. I don't care who it is. It is what it is. That's like when people call out R. Kelly, he's a sexual predator. Point blank, period. It is what it is. I love Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Twitter is not a bad place. Twitter is a fun place. Now, if you're following people that are negative and always putting up negative stuff and always trying to tear somebody down, that's on you for following them. But my Twitter is fun. It's crazy pranks and people doing stuff and soap opera information and information directly from the celebrities, all that stuff. So, and there's lots of porn on there too, if you like that. But yeah, Twitter's a fun place. Well, I don't know. I think Sasha's definitely doing the right thing in her mind. I personally think that is a stupid plan, so I really don't believe it's the right thing to do. But for the characters in this current storyline and how they're written, Sasha and Chase are making a huge sacrificing the person they love for a chance for Willow and Michael to be able to save Wally from Nell. And the way they write Nell, every time she encounters them, it just hits the fan. So I could see them being resentful enough at Nell to be like, you know what, we can't let you do this to Wiley. We're gonna have to put a stop to this, even if it means we're not together. But I think they should have just went with the plan of everybody knowing what was up, and then maybe chasing and Sasha faking an affair, but Willow and Michael are in on it. Okay, Ashley, I see you. Um, Willow is boring now, but back when they were first trying to make her Nina's daughter, I was loving her and Michelle Stafford and the guy who plays Valentine, going back and forth and showing up at her class and trying to get her fired and her, standing up for herself, all that. I really enjoyed all of that. I learned something new. Even though people are posting over here on Facebook, I'm actually getting notifications over here that there's a Facebook post. So now I don't have to look back and forth as much. It just don't tell me the person's name. I have to look back to see the name, but yeah. Yeah, and Maureen, here's the other thing. I think that Ingo had chemistry with Michelle Stafford. I don't think that he does. I don't think he has any chemistry with Cynthia Waitrose. That Jackson Nina look is boring as watching paint dry. And when he has his little scenes with Charlotte, I'm like, it's cringeworthy. Well, I know there was a rumor that Molly would be pregnant, and there's still time for her to turn up pregnant since we're only seeing 2 episodes a week. Um, I don't think they should go the pregnant route with Molly, but I think that she should maybe find herself a little torn, just make it a regular love triangle, and not bring a baby in the mix. Yeah, listen, that I agree. I agree. And when they found out that Chloe Lanier was going to come back and do this storyline, Willow whole storyline went out the window. They didn't know what to do with Willow anymore. Well, Charlotte running off Jakarius reminds me of One Life to Live when Star Manning used to just hop in a cab and go wherever she wanted to go to. So I'm kind of used to it because that's what Star used to do all the time. And I think that's what Spencer used to do all the time too. Spencer would just like jump in a vehicle and show up at Sunny's or something. Yeah, Feijing, there's no chemistry there. There's no spark. There's no fire. Him and Michelle Stafford at the nurses' ball, I felt the energy. They had good energy. Yeah, I don't want Molly pregnant. I think they can. I think that's the more conventional route to go. But yeah, she's too young to be Elizabeth starting out. Well, as I said before, they don't write for interracial couples. So wanting Molly and TJ together means you want these actors off screen because that's. I mean, look at Lucas. They don't know what to do with Lucas being a gay character or Christina being bisexual. Hell, they could have just turned Christina back with a guy again and kept it moving. But even with Christina, they don't know what to do once they said she was a lesbian or bisexual. They stopped writing for her. The only one who write for the gay characters is Days of Our Lives. And how those characters leave the show in September. Um, I thought that Valentine distanced himself from Charlotte was a huge sacrifice. I thought it was a lot of progress for the character. I thought it was heart wrenching. I thought it was Emmy worthy scenes between the two of them. And I love that those scenes made you feel and that Lulu finally came to her senses and listened to her daughter that she wanted her father in her life. So I thought that was actually really good writing. Now, if Valentine continued to distance himself from Charlotte, then maybe I would think it's a bad storyline. I think it's a bad storyline if they went that route, but the fact that it came full circle to Lulu listening to her daughter and letting her father be in her life, I think that was a very good, even progress for Lulu. Although I'm mad we didn't actually get to see the scene of him and her talking about it, because you know that is something that was missing that I really wanted to see. I don't even remember Taylor. So somebody had asked me another question. Was it over here? Do you think they're going to make Molly more like Alexis? Ashley, I don't know. I think Alexis is Alexis. And I think Molly is Molly. Molly is always the know-it-all who wants to jump in somebody's face and tell them how it is. Um, I think that'll be the better thing, you know what I'm saying, for them, is for Molly just to be the self-righteous hypocrite that she is. Well, I don't think, at least right now, Trina's going to fade away, um, for the simple fact that we got to get her whole father storyline out the way with Curtis, and we got to bring Marcus Taggart back because we know he's not dead. So she's got a lot of drama just from that alone to deal with. The problem is the way they've written for black characters, um, the way they wrote. The way they wrote for black characters is simply, and this is like soap operas, a lot of soap operas across the board, not all of them, like Passions is exempt, where the black characters, they may come up with a great storyline in the beginning, but once they get over that first hump of that storyline, then they don't know what else to do with the characters. And then they just kind of there. Hey, Missy, thank you for joining me on Facebook. I really appreciate it. And as I said earlier, I'm on Facebook and YouTube at the same time because this was supposed to be an exclusive video just for Facebook, people in the free Facebook soap fan group. And I said when I did my live, I said, I don't think I specified that it was going to be Facebook only. And I didn't want to disappoint anybody who I told on Wednesday that I would do it on Saturday at noon. I didn't want to disappoint anybody. So I said, look, I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to do both again. And hopefully everybody is happy and understand. But the YouTube live is on Wednesday. And the bonus lives are going to be, the next time will be only in the Facebook group. Jenny, I do still want Valentine and Lulu as an item, but also wouldn't mind Valentine and Anna. They have chemistry. She definitely more than Anna and Finn, but Valentine and Anna still have a lot of chemistry, as well as him and Lulu. He has more chemistry with Lulu than Dustin. No, I don't see Whitney. I see Portia. Whitney and Portia are two different characters. Franco is fine. Franco's still in the storyline. Oh, Big Brother for Life is talking about Days of Our Lives. Sarah's going to kidnap Rex and hold him hostage. Ashley, I do think they should bring back Hayden. She's one of my favorite characters. Rebecca Buddick is one of my favorites. Um, I just don't know how they're going to do it. I have a feeling that Hayden's actually kidnapped. That's why they can't find her. So I don't know when they plan on bringing her back in the storyline. But I thought it was going to be at the party. But no, we just got a long ass flashback. But I do think they'll bring back Hayden eventually. I just think it's mighty funny that she comes back and Finola Hughes leaves, and then Finola Hughes come back, and then she leaves. I hope that's not some backstage friction where Finola's like, look, it's me or her. That's what it feels like. She was only in there like maybe a couple episodes, maybe a week or two with Anna before she was out the door. The big days of our lives news. The only thing I have big today is Kate Manzi's left the show again. So Abigail is about to disappear. Nobody's gonna know where Abigail is, but she's officially off contract. Her reoccurring is finished, and so she's supposed to be leaving in May. I think I read next week, this week's coming up episode. Abigail disappears, and I don't know if she'll have an appearance or two prior, but yeah, Abigail's gone. Yeah, I think Charlotte still probably thinks of what's the name, Claudine as her real mother. Claudette. She thinks of Claudette as her real mother, and Lulu's just some chick that says she's her mother. Yes, when Abigail Kate Manzi had from the beginning, she didn't want to sign a full-time contract. Billy Flynn, who plays Chad, he signed a full-time contract, and she signed a recurring contract. That's why they sent the character to Africa. That's why she never had a real storyline of her own, and you didn't really see her and Chad in a lot of scenes together. For a while, it was just Chad and something else because she only had so many episodes she agreed to do. Well, actually, when it comes to Gabby, um, I love Gabby. Gabby's one of my favorite characters. I'm glad next week she gets a lot of scenes with Stefan. She slaps the hell out of him because she thinks that he faked his death. Uh, she doesn't believe Jake is not Stefan, and yeah, yeah, that should be fun. Well, Sylvia, I wish she was being replaced by um. I just had her. I just said her name earlier, but the other Abigail, um, not Kate Manzi, Marcy Miller. I wish Marcy Miller would come back, but she just did another series that's about to come out. I think it's a 10-episode series for HBO Max or Netflix or one of those sites. Well, one of Cyrus' plans is to take out Jason. No, there is no uh, concrete information about Dante coming back. I've heard that he is might be coming back, but there's nothing written in stone. Well, the talk isn't Billy Miller coming back to um, General Hospital. The talk is he potentially maybe come back to Young and Restless. Omar. Yeah, I think Chloe Lanier is the new Carly. You know, Carly back in the day with Sarah Brown and Tamara Braun ran the show. That was the show for me. Now Nell is the one who's acting more like Carly than Carly, causing all sorts of trouble and drama. And that's what the show needs. She gives the show a shot of adrenaline. Oh, when Kayla is jealous, and Marlena this week is going to call her out on it. So Kayla and Marlena are going to be having a conversation about if she really wants Steve back. Mm. All right, Michelle. Michelle, you're a big Gabby fan like Sylvia. Um, I think that when it comes to Gabby, Chad, and Abigail, especially Abigail, Abigail shouldn't be fixing her mouth to say anything bad about Gabby after everything that she's done. And Chad should be more understanding. You know, I think if they actually really meant their apologies, she might actually calm down. Yeah, Melissa, but don't get used to Rex. That's a temporary. He's only showing up for a visit. He's not staying. Nathan, I don't think so. I don't think they're really focused on old soap operas. So that's like me saying, can they push Dark Shadows back on? Edge of Night, you know, How about that Port Charles? Let's get that back on the air. So no, no. Yeah, they barely want to deal with the soaps they got now. A lot of people know that Jakari is, but thank you for the fun fact. I don't know because there's too many rumors out there, Legend Bartlett, about whether Jake knows he's Stefan or not. If he's been brought back by Dr. Rolf, then there's a good chance that he, just like everybody else, he don't have any memory. Like I think one of the clues that he was Stefan this week was that what's his name? Ben asked him for a tool. He didn't know what the tool was. Like he just learned this mechanic stuff. And also when he talked about his ex, it sounded a lot like Gabby. So I think that it could go either way. They could be just messing with us. I think it could go either way. Um, Michelle. Okay, first Ashley said, "Do you think that Jason needed to take over for Sonny?" The answer is he should have done that like 10 years ago. To be honest with you. Um, let me see. Also, Facebook. Kayla and Justin are super boring. Unfortunately, as much as I like Ron's writing, Ron is at fault for not doing something to make Kayla and Justin more likable. Kayla and Justin honestly just seem like they're just good friends. They don't look like they're in love or anything like that. But when Kayla looks at Patch, instant chemistry. Orpheus connection, everything. You've seen his two kids, and he's about to kidnap John and the baby. That's pretty much all you need to know for this storyline. Everything else, Wikipedia. I do think Mike will die in May. I think they're ready to wind this down. They even have the character saying he's ready to go. So yeah, I do think that May sweeps. He's gonna die, but I don't know if they filmed it because we're only getting 2 episodes a week. So that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, maybe 8 episodes, which is like a week and a half of May's whole season is only going to be a week and a half of stories, and a May sweep storyline is like 3, 4 weeks. So I don't know how far along in the storyline we'll get to see. And Big Brother, I do not think that Victor's going to press charges against Kristen. I think they're going to be a tie. Victor will say, if you do not press charges on me and Xander about the baby switch, I won't send you to jail for stabbing me. I think that maybe even Brady will come up with a plan and say it, but I do not think that either one. I mean, Chris has held people hostage, stole their identity, tried to steal babies and whatnot, and she's still there. So I think that's the easiest way out is that they won't send each other to jail. They'll let it go. My only problem with the episode where they showed all the Carlys is that they treated Sarah Brown so wrong, so wrong, especially when she was uh, a Zakar, whatever her name was, Zakar, and then Michael ended up killing her. That they just completely wrote that wrong. Omar, I have not come to that conclusion. Harmony is only associated with Cyrus because he got her out of jail, and now she owes him favors. I think that people were saying they were more worried that Cyrus was really Trina's father. That was the big worry. Maybe before he leaves the show, but I still read that Rafe's gonna die, so I don't know if because of the fan outrage they'll change the ending. But a reputable site said Rafe was gonna get killed, so he can't take the baby with him. Hopefully. Yeah, Sylvia. Plus, they said that Vivian is going to come with revised history. I think she's going to come and say that they're twins, but that might be a part of a bigger scheme. Legend not happening when he's with Sierra. I don't know what that means. Rafe can't be the dad unless Jordan stole his specimen. Yeah, Sylvia. I mean, I said the same thing. I said it, I think, on Wednesday that the timelines don't match up for Rafe to be the real father. Victor woke up already. What do you mean gonna die? He already woke up and said Kristen did it. What soap do you enjoy the most last year? Probably Days of Our Lives, because most of Kristen's antics kept my attention. Yeah, and they did Tamara wrong as Kim. Well, I don't know about Gabby getting with Ben because I think Ben and Sierra are getting engaged, so their engagement is about to happen. and Gabby's gonna be laser focused on Jake. As far as what I've heard, I haven't heard anything about Gabby and Ben getting together. I'll continue to look into it to see if there's some crazy twist with that. But the way Ben is with Sierra, it wouldn't make sense. Thank you, Faith, the unseen one. Isn't Tracy not Ned's mom? Hmm? As far as I know, Tracy is Ned's mother. Yes, Gwen, I do think we're still in a dream. We'll find out in June if I'm right about it being a dream or is it canon? Orpheus offer to John is um, he stole the baby and he'll give the baby back if John comes with him. Ben and Gabby might work together to solve the Jake mystery or history. That's possible, but I don't think it will lead to romance. I mean, Gabby's in love with um, Stefan. Yeah, I think that they're just giving Eli some drama, but I'm looking forward to that happening this week, Melissa. Jenny says, "What's up, everyone?" And I'm sorry, I gotta address this. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I know I almost dozed off twice. So I'm sorry. Oh, if only this was like a later. I had said like 2 o'clock. I could have took a nap before we did this, but um, sorry about that. I like doing it like this. You doze off. So it's not heroin. I'm just sleepy. So yeah. So you know, romance just working together. So who said they're wicked late? Jasmine Cat is late. Roderick Luke just joined over on the Facebook Live. And as I was saying, originally this was supposed to be a Facebook Live only exclusive live, but because I didn't specify on Wednesday about the Saturday Live, I decided to go on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. But the Wednesday Live is for YouTube, and then when I do another live, it'll be for Facebook. So, but I'll be more specific next time. Kelmar says Hayden and Kim both were done wrong. Soon as Hayden got her apartment. Oh yeah, that was just weird. She got the keys to her apartment, then she was off the show like 2 days later. Thank you, Gwen. So far, so good. Even every time I go to the supermarket or Walmart, I feel like I'm putting my life in my hands. Like if any of you guys are in my men's group on Facebook, Phoenix Tremaine's The Hard Truth Men's Edition. There's another group I have on Facebook. I also have a Facebook group for women only. Facebook Phoenix Tremaine's Forbidden Conversations. Both of those groups are actually. I have two talk shows that can be on my streaming service, and they're already on there now. But one group is for one talk show is men, one talk show is female. So when I made the groups, I made one female only and one male only group. But in a male only group, we talked about the guy who went and got a haircut, something I need, and got the haircut, and then he got the coronavirus and died like a week later, and he was a newlywed. So it ain't worth it. I'd rather grow this out. It's all nice and curly, soft. But maybe it'll be an afro by the time the coronavirus is over with. Only thing I'm getting rid of is this and the sideburns. And then just brush this down real good. And that's just going to have to be life. I don't know if they're going to put Brooklyn and Dustin together, Jenny, or if they're going to put Brooklyn and Sunny together. I think until she has her baby. Did Brooklyn have her baby in real life? Because until she have her baby, I don't think they're going to officially put her with anyone. And Kristen didn't kill Haley. Let me go back up here and get this real quick. Kristen did not kill Haley. It was a complete accident. And she was drugged up. So it was a complete accident. She was in shock. And Haley pulled away from her and fell on the damn steps. You know, she should have been playing around on the steps. That was her fault. Haley, that's right, Sylvia. Haley lost her footing, and it was an accident. Kristen never pushed her. Kristen didn't say, "You killed my baby," pushed her or nothing. No, it was an accident. We all saw what happened. She fell. It wasn't on purpose. Although I don't think they should have killed Haley off. What was the point of killing Haley off? I don't watch flashback episodes, so I didn't see the Friday episodes. And part of the reason is because, like, you know, I'm just gonna get mad at seeing, certain storylines with certain actors and looking at some of the shit they give us now. I don't think Sarah deserves jail for kidnapping the baby. I think she needs maybe counseling or psychological help. She's a victim too, because her baby was swapped out and she just had a moment. As long as she didn't hurt the baby and they get the baby back in a relatively short period of time, Sarah shouldn't go to anybody's jail. If anything, Ferncliff or something. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl. You know what's funny? I used to didn't wear like red. My only two colors I wore was black and blue. Because those are black's my favorite color. Blue is my second favorite. And then I don't know what happened, but I think I was trying something on, whatever, and the lady was like, "Hey, why don't you try this on?" I'm like, "Oh God, red," because I'm a very conservative person. So to me, red was like, "Oh no, that's too much." But then, she convinced me. I liked it since. Sometimes you just need someone to tell you look good and something, and then next thing you're wearing it all the time. But now I'm a little bit better, a little bit better. But yeah, I still feel like wearing stripes. I'm doing something. That would be an extra. So. Okay, we got both Chris and Sarah had mental breaks. Both need help. Maybe get Abby and Chad's doctor, and can be cured overnight. Yeah, because she had multiple personalities, and it was not like that. It was Chad. He was all brainwashed and like he just snapped out of it, and we supposed to just assume that's it. Because either Billy Miller forgot how to act, not Billy Miller, but Billy Flynn, whatever his name is, Billy Flynn, either forgot how to act, doesn't want to be on the show, or Chad's still zombie Chad. Hey, Pam. I love Elizabeth Jacarius, so yeah, hate on, but the rest of us going to keep loving her because there's a point in time where they were gonna fire Rebecca, and fans are the reason why she's still on the show. When they found out there was gonna be no more Elizabeth on General Hospital, the writing campaign and phone calls saved her job, and she thanked the fans because that was back at a time where fans really, they found out their favorites were going to get fired, and they definitely went in hard on the networks until the networks listened, and those actors came right on back. Sometimes they had to come back as a twin if they got killed off, but yeah, you know, a strong fan backlash can change anything. So we got Roderick Luke and Raymond Felton Hollywood joining us. Well, Julie and Doug are happy. Um, Ben and Sierra are happy. Marlena and John are happy again. So there's happy people on Days of Our Lives. But on a soap, generally, there's not a whole lot of happiness on soaps. It's drama. And drama usually doesn't lead to happiness. Yeah, Abby did get that blink in your curd, you know. And the fact that Abby killed Andre, she just like a month of therapy and she was good. Thank you, Gwen, if you're part of that campaign for helping keep Liz on the show. I am grateful as a Liz fan. I'm not sure if I'm a Liz Franco fan, but I am a Elizabeth fan. I wouldn't mind Elizabeth with Nicholas again, since they don't seem to want to develop Nicholas and Ava. I don't want to see Ava with Franco either. I wouldn't mind Franco with the new Nina if they can be crazy together. Thank you, Glenn. Brandon Latham has joined. I think Liz and Franco, people like Cable like them because they're sort of like the traditional family on the show, and they sort of like bring something normal to the soap opera. So I see what they're saying. But Franco to me is better when he's abnormal, not when he's normal. Well, Ronnie Grace, the reason why I don't like the current Carly, now I've liked Laura Wright on Lovin' and The City, and I didn't see her on Guiding Light, but she's definitely one of my favorite actresses. I liked her when she first came on as Carly, but as soon as they made her Mother Carly and her whole storyline came about her children, that's when I lost an interest in Carly. Because I'm like, I like Carly when she had a scheme that was going to blow up in her face and Jason had to save her. That's Sarah Brown and Tamara Brown Carly. She actually has something to do. Now she just like, she goes to her hotel and checks on things. She tells Sonny either she's being supportive of him or she's telling him something they don't want to hear. And then she's smiling at Jason and Brando. But either Sonny or Carly, they should have had an affair by now. They were going to go there with Dawson, but they pulled that storyline back. I guess they fired her or whatever, and then they was firing her, decided not to go there. But They were just about to finally put Carly with Jason and Sonny with Dawson. Well, Ronnie, Vivian doesn't show back up till June. Abigail disappears in May, and this week, I think she's gone this week because she disappears this week because she's off contract if you missed the beginning of this live. So I don't think Vivian drugged Abigail. I still say it was either Lee Shin, it was really Stefano, or it was Chad because it's still Zombie Chad. Those are the only two suspects for me. Nothing's happening with Liz. You know, Jakaria said he didn't like Liz, and so they created a Liz conversation. It is. I'm talking to Jenny. Um, I don't know when we'll find out who drugged Abigail. I don't know when they want to make those reveals. Hopefully during May sweeps, but I don't know. Well, the problem, Omar Ramirez, is that um, it's not an African American family struggling, but they also don't treat Jordan and Curtis like they actually have money. You know, Jordan has a job where they should be comfortable financially, making at least six figures. And, you know, Curtis is always doing these side jobs. Valentine still owes him like $1 million. Because they dropped the whole storyline about Jordan and her medical bills. They just completely, that went out the window. And, you know, Curtis actually tracked down Valentine, whoever Valentine needed him to track down. And he never get paid. Yeah, unfortunately, Sylvia, Roger and Michelle didn't get along. So as much as I love Nina and Franco back then, it was the actors that decided that they didn't want to work together ever again. So not only did they break up Nina and Franco, but it became rare that the two of them actually had a scene together because of whatever was going on in real life. Well, I think Deanne says, "Where is all the kids on days we never seen them on Only David?" Here's the problem. I think some fans remember soaps like from the 80s, maybe early 90s, where there were a lot of big families, where there was a lot of like moments of like people fall in love and then they really focused on the whole them being in love. And then you might see a whole lot of family moments, even if it's not a holiday. Soaps aren't written like that anymore. Look, if you look at any of the soaps, they don't write those kind of moments because those moments they slow down the soap, and soaps are so desperate for ratings and try to make sure they can get their numbers up. They're always trying to give you the exciting stuff, the stuff that gets you hooked, the drama, you know. And so when soaps were prominent and every channel had at least two of them, that's when 2 to 4 soaps at a time, um, That's when they had big budgets. They could afford the extra actors, like the extra kids. You know, they could go away to Monaco, or they could go away to, you know, Hawaii, or wherever they wanted to go to. You know, they could build sets. You know, they had these big, you know, tornado coming to Santa Barbara, tornado going to tear through General Hospital, big explosions and earthquakes, and all these things happen. But they also had earthquake and explosion money. And so now we're dealing with soaps that are on shoestring budget. They really can't go nowhere, and they're just doing everything they can to keep people hooked. But there's still fans that are sort of like in love with the way soaps used to be, which is where you did have more couples that were in love that stayed together, versus now where no sooner are they together, they're broken up, and then you repeat. They still had that back then, but they also had couples that lasted long stretches of time, and they really just don't do that anymore. So we got one like this, whatever, on our reunion this month. Saw it on Twitter, but I can't remember the date. I have not seen about the online One Life to Live reunion. I do follow Kristen Alderson, who plays Star Manning. And the last thing I saw her post was her saying, you know, something big is coming up, and, you know, she'll keep us posted or whatever. So I'm guessing that's probably what she was talking about. Um, I don't think Jakari, I don't really think they know what they want to do with Brando. They've been toting the line between good or maybe he's bad. Um, okay, China Doll Phoenix, you have me screaming right now. They don't have tornado explosion money. They don't. um, I don't know who Juan is. Lauren G. Jakari is acting. Get a grown man to make sure he's okay before making sure kids are safe. Please let's. They send all the kids to boarding school. Okay, over here. Okay, Missy McGraw asks, "What's the name of the female group on Facebook?" It's called Forbidden Conversations, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the box. So there you go. That's the link to the women's group. So I'll go ahead over here. If any of you ladies want to join the Forbidden Conversation group, that's cool. I just put the link in the description, and now I'm gonna do it over here on Facebook as well. I actually have two screens here and two different computers, so I need the work, you know, it's over here, two different keyboards. So let me go ahead and put this in to the Facebook group. Okay. So that link is for any of the women that want to be in the women's Facebook group, which I've been trying to build up on. They got 55 members now. My men's group has 150 members, but you know, trying to get women to flesh that group out. So, but I've been putting stuff in there also to try to stimulate the conversation. Thank you, Pam, for joining the ladies group. Um, So let me do this. So 3 people want to join the Forbidden Conversations group: Missy McGraw, Wagner PJ, and Deanne Nagel. I just approved all of you for the group. Thank you for joining. So, because I wasn't really watching when Joe was playing Stefano, and I watched like the end of it when he was dying and couldn't talk, that I don't have any emotional attachment to him. I understand, Sylvia. I understand, Sylvia. I know some people still say that Facebook is the old people group. You know, everybody else is on Instagram and Twitter. But hopefully you join me on Instagram and Twitter if you do those, Sylvia. Mm, okay. Um, okay, Omar. This is a link to the men's group. Thank you, Sylvia, for following me on Twitter. As you've probably seen, I try to get really great information out, not just the soap information, but entertainment news in general as it comes out. I post, or things I find really funny on Twitter, I post. So, you know, I keep my Twitter clean. So, um, thank you once again, Jenny, for joining Facebook, just to be with us and chill with us in the Facebook group. As you know, we talk a lot about soaps on our Facebook group, and I keep that Facebook group clean. I don't allow any mean, nasty, spiteful stuff on there. You know, I definitely go in there and make sure that it's just a fun group to be in. I don't allow any bullying, you know, and I don't even allow bullying of the characters. You can, if you critique the characters or whatever, fine. I'm good with that. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But when you start like being hateful, I don't allow that either. Because I've seen so many groups where it's just hate. It's just a hate group. Like, do you like soaps? Why are you in this group when you hate everything? Good lord. But yeah, yeah, I keep the soap group fun. Hopefully, people like it. China Doll, ABC has been dangling that carrot over our heads, where they got the rights to All My Children Wanting to Live back. They keep saying they're thinking about bringing the shows back, and they got us, the fans, like, okay, you've been saying this for 2 years now. Get off the powder pig. You're welcome, Missy. I see you just sent me a message. You're welcome, Missy. Gwen Marie, I don't know if it's true because I googled it, I looked for it, and I can't find like a list of awards for this year's Emmys. I don't think they've had them yet. I know that they're supposed to do it online, but I don't think it's happened yet. I think I saw something about even somebody sent me like that Abe won, and I checked the date. It was like 2 years ago. So I don't. If y'all find an actual list for this year, I'll post it. But I don't know. Thank you, the Haveling. Thank you, Sylvia. I looked for information when the Emmys would be held because people were telling me like days one best. I was like, I can't find that information anywhere. Like when I look it up myself, I couldn't find it. Yeah, Jenny. Didn't Sonny shot Carly in the head? Well, Natasha, when the time jump is over, Stefan will still be here, or Brandon or Jake or whoever he wants to be will still be on the show because they brought him back from the dead because they didn't realize how popular Gabby and Stefan would be. So yeah, I'm sure he's still there. He actually posted something not too long ago. They ruined that he was coming back. Um, so yeah, he's still there. Yes, Jackie Edwards. Gwen is Susan Lucci's daughter in real life. She played Gwen Hotchkiss. Thank you, China Doll. Thank you. They mentioned that the actor that plays Morgan might come back, but until I see something official, I won't announce it. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, people sent me information because I appreciate when people send me like different news clips that I may have missed. Um, and that was one of them, but I still verify. you know, people send me stuff, I still got to verify, and I couldn't verify any information, so I said, okay, I'll wait. So, direct TV ruined passions. The problem is a lot of us didn't have direct TV, and so it was hard to watch. No, we don't have any clue what Will and Sonny's storyline exit is because it don't happen until September. This May. you know, so that information won't leak for a while, maybe the summer. But yeah, it's way too early for that. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you for everyone participating in SoFam. We'll be ending at 1:30 today, so we got 8 more minutes. So, how do you feel about Days of Our Lives this week? I don't think we really got too deep into that. Um, Gabby fainting, Abby having weird hallucinations because I don't know what special effect they used for them hallucinations, but it was like it wasn't even Adobe After Effects. It was just like, I use Adobe After Effects. I could have done a better job than that. But yeah. What did you think of the show this week? What do you think about for a change? Marlene is not getting kidnapped. John's getting kidnapped, so they changing it up. So they said Marlene to have a seat. You've been kidnapped enough this year. Well, enough the last 3 months. We're gonna kidnap John this time. Well, my favorite slap Jakar is Quinn's from Bold and Beautiful when she was teaching Brooke how to slap. That's the best slap I've seen in a long, long, long time. And Delicia, I also think that Chad Poison Abigail. I think he's still Zombie Chad. I think Lee Shin is running the show now and telling him what to do. I could even see Lee Shin down in the caves because Riz, he's the new Stefano. We have no Lisa Knapp. We have no idea why Sonny and Will are leaving, much less whether they would take the daughter or not. I remember Port Charles. I also remember that I stopped watching it. I didn't like it. All right, Sylvia. Thanks for watching. Be safe. Make sure you wipe everything down once you get home. Like I have like a bottle of bleach, and when I a diluted bottle of bleach, and I'll just spray on a paper towel and I wipe down anything I brought from the store. Um, because you got to do that. But thanks. Be safe. Orpheus is going to kidnap John. Yeah, Marlena gets kidnapped a lot. Since I've been watching the show, I think I started watching Days in 2012. She's gotten kidnapped a lot in the last 8 years. Almost finished with 1,997 episodes. Wow. All right, see you next time, Christy. Thanks for stopping through. We got like 4 more minutes. Well, Carla Jane, he can't make her give the baby back because she's gonna kidnap him too. She's gonna knock him out and tie him up to a chair and hold him hostage. So yeah, there's that. Ronnie, we tried that, and he didn't have good service, so no. Yeah, I would love for Willow and Michael to get married, and Nell still gets custody, and that they see the whole plan was stupid. But Willow and Michael have one night together, and then she ends up pregnant, and then he can go back to Sasha. She can go back to Chase. He'd be like, "Oops, we got a oops baby. Let's do that." Not with Molly. Let's do that with Willow. Yes, Pam. Orpheus kidnaps John this week. I have no idea when they're getting the baby back. We're in May sweeps, so it'll be probably sometime in May, but they haven't even got Kristen to Paris yet. So she's just, I think Lonnie will probably find out about the Paris connection and let Kristen go because she has no idea where the baby is. And then it'll come back that, well, actually, I read that Kristen confesses to Lonnie that she stabbed Victor, so Lonnie will already know. All right, Melissa, we'll see you next time. All right, Jacarius, thanks for visiting. Sonny is not retiring, not that I've heard. Well, Orpheus is evil. That's why he kidnaps John. Yeah, Jackie, I'm tired of the Wally story. I really am. So we got 2 minutes. Any last questions? Thank you for joining us, Omar. See you Wednesday. Hmm. Yeah, China Doll, you're not missing nothing. I had to binge watch that last week of Bold and Beautiful before they went on hiatus. It was torture. It was just nothing but Wyatt and Sally and Flo. It was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah, I think Orpheus is not a long-term character, especially kidnapping John. And he kidnaps the baby, so he kidnaps the baby and John. So yeah, I don't see him with long-term prospects on the show. All right, take care, Gwen Marie. Thank you for joining us. Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Jackie, is the next Soap Fam Live. Kate and Gabby scenes were okay. And thank you, Dean Angel. And thank you, everyone. And thank you for joining. I'm out of here. I'm glad you all joined me. And please hit that like button.